Hey, this is Big Kev Delaney coming out live and direct at you. Want to talk to you today about a concept that I've been thinking about a lot lately. It's the concept of the red velvet rope client. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, first of all, this idea comes from a guy by the name of Michael Port, who wrote a book called Book Yourself Solid, in which he talks about this idea. And basically, the red velvet rope client is your dream client. They're your VIP clients. The red velvet rope, of course, comes from the idea of a nightclub, and only very special people are admitted beyond this red velvet rope. And in contrast to the red velvet rope clients, Michael Port talks about what he calls the dud clients. And the dud clients are those clients that when they call, you kind of roll your eyes and say, oh, great, this person again. They don't thrill you, they don't excite you, but most importantly, they don't activate you on a very deep level. And as a result, you don't do your best work with the dud clients. On the other hand, you do your best work with those red velvet rope clients. You love your red velvet rope clients, and that love gets you going on a very deep level. Now, of course, not all clients are either red velvet rope or dud. Some fall in the middle. You don't hate them, they're not awful, but they're also not your red velvet rope clients necessarily. So the point of all this, and in identifying who are the red velvet rope clients, is to say, once you've done this, once you've identified who are your red velvet rope clients, and by the way, you may never have had a red velvet rope client, especially if you're just starting out, in which case you would ask yourself, well, who do I really want to be working with? What would constitute a red velvet rope client for me? Once you've done that, you need to know that you really need to build your business around those red velvet rope clients and focus as much of your time and your efforts into acquiring these clients, working with them, serving them, helping them, connecting with them. And as much as this might kill some people to hear this, you got to leave the duds behind. You really do. You got to slash off those duds, get rid of them. Now, I've been saying for a number of years that every single year you need to do a very serious assessment of your business. You need to identify what to you represents the bottom 10 to 15% of your business. Now, it's not just 10 to 15% of your income, but what to you, given everything you're doing, represents the bottom, the least important, the least exciting, the least interesting. And keep in mind, again, we can profit from an experience in many ways, but what to you represents the bottom 10 to 15%? And once you've done that, do what some people might call the unthinkable. You got to slash it off, get rid of it. The truth is that bottom 10 to 15% is like an anchor dragging along behind you. You got to cut it off, cut that chain. Free yourself up, free up your time, free up your efforts so that you can add more to the top. Now, we should all be wanting to get better and better and better year after year after year after year. And the fact is, there are some things that a few years ago for us were great that today just don't make sense anymore. So I want you to think about this. I want you to think about who constitutes your red velvet rope clients. And I want you to also think about who represents your dud clients, and figure out how you can focus more on those red velvet rope clients, on working with them, on meeting more of them, on helping them do what they're doing more and more and more and more, and get rid of the duds. And if you think about it, really, this is a great kind of an exercise and a great thing to do in life, because what we should all strive to have is not just a red velvet rope business, but a red velvet rope life. We have to be very careful. We have to be very stingy about what we allow into our lives. We have to be really ruthless about what gets admitted past that red velvet rope. So think about this. It's really about holding yourself and holding your business and your abilities to very, very high standards, and knowing that you're probably worth a lot more than whatever you're being paid. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee you, you're never going to be paid with what you're worth. So you might as well enjoy the whole process. So what do you think? Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Be sure to check out my blog at voiceoverninja.com, and I'll talk to you again real soon.